Welcome back to the online classes. I hope you may be understanding the chapter as I have explained from last 3 days, the second chapter, the thief's story. Now, we have seen till now that Hari Singh, after stealing the money from Anil's bed, he ran to a station. He knew that there was a train, 10:30 Express, Lucknow Express. He could easily catch that and run away. When he reached the station, he did not go to buy the ticket because he had never bought a ticket and traveled the train. The train was at the station and started moving. He had to just run and sit one of the bogies of the train. But something happened to him. Something stopped him. He could not run and catch the train, and the train left. He was all alone in the station platform because it was night and there were not much people standing there. So he was all alone there. He came out of the station, looked around near the station if some hotels are there, small hotels are there to stay there, but there was none. He started walking towards bazaar, and after the bazaar there was a big maidan, big ground. He sat on one of the benches. Since it was the month of November, it was a bit cold. The cold breeze was blowing, and slowly the rain, dark clouds came and it started raining, started drizzling. Then that drizzle changed into heavy rain. He got wet, all his clothes stuck to his body, and he was no idea what to do, where to go, because he was an experienced person in stealing and he knew how people reacted. But he had no idea about Anil, how he would react. He just thought he may not react because of his money is stolen, but he will feel sad because his trust was broken. So till there we had seen. Let us have the last part of the story. I'll read the chapter for you. I went back to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. The clock showed midnight. I felt for the notes. They were damp from the rain. Anil's money. In the morning, he would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema. But now I had it all. I couldn't cook his meals, run to the bazaar, or learn to write whole sentences anymore. So Hari Singh, after getting wet, he came back to the bazaar, found out a shelter under a clock tower and sat there. When he looked at the clock, it was showing midnight. Then he felt the notes. Now, since it was raining, his clothes were all wet. The notes also became very wet. Now he started thinking what might have happened if he was there with Anil Singh. He just thought that Anil may give me some rupees and ask me to go and enjoy himself, to see a cinema or buy something for himself. And he could not have all those things now. Now he could not cook meal for him, nor he could run to the bazaar to buy things or learn to write the whole sentences anymore. So all these things came in his mind while he was sitting under the shelter in the clock tower. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft. Whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal, and sometimes just as simple to be caught. To be a really big man, a clever and respected man, was something else. I should go back to Anil, I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. Now, as he was sitting there in the shelter near the clock tower, he just started thinking that he has forgotten everything. All the excitement of stealing was gone, and he just remembered the whole sentences, how to read, how to write, all those things, because he knew that these rupees will over very soon. And if he was there with Anil Singh, He could have learned how to read and write and everything. And one day he would have become a good man, a rich man. And more than this, he could have money. So all these things came to in his mind, and he decided that he would go back to Anil and learn to read and write. I hurried back to the room feeling very nervous, for it is much easier to steal something than to return it undetected. I opened the door quietly, then stood in the doorway. In clouded moonlight, Anil was still asleep. I crept to the head of the bed, and my hand came up with the notes. I felt his breath on my hand. I remained still for a minute. Then my hand found the edge of the mattress, and I slipped under it with the notes. So he came back to Anil's house, ran from that shelter to Anil's house. He was a bit nervous because it was not easy, to keep the money. It was easier to steal the money, but it was very difficult to keep the money back. So he just came. He came to the room. He saw Anil was still asleep, as he was having a sound sleep, as if, and he was just sitting there watching him first. It was clouded moonlight. He went there quietly, took out the money and started keeping it under the mattress. He could feel the breath of Anil's, but he remained still. Slowly went on keeping the money, the whole 600 rupees, which was wet now, he kept under the mattress and just came out of the room. I awoke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. He stretched out his hand towards me. There was a 50 rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank. I thought he had been discovered. I thought I had been discovered. I made some money yesterday, he explained. Now you will be paid regularly. My spirits rose, but when I took the note, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. Today we'll start writing sentences, he said. He knew, but neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile came by itself without any effort. So next morning, when Hari Singh got up, he saw Anil had already prepared the tea, and he stretched out his hand with a 50 rupee note, giving to him. Hari Singh's heart started beating very fast. He thought he might have discovered that the money was stolen by him and came back and kept because it was wet, no? So Anil told him that yesterday I made some money and now onwards I will pay you regularly. So this is your salary. So you can have it and do whatever you want. When he took the money, when Hari Singh took the money, he found out that it was still wet. But there was nothing on the face of Anil. Anil just said, today onwards we'll start writing sentences. That means he forgot everything, forgave Hari Singh for what he had done. And he knew that now onwards Hari Singh will become a better person in his life. Hari Singh, on the other side, was feeling ashamed because there was no sign on Anil of anger or showing him that I know what you have done. No, that type of emotions or expressions were not there on Anil's face. And he also decided then and there that now onwards, today onwards, he will become a good person, learn to read and write, and become something in his life. So this was the chapter. I believe you have enjoyed it. Read the chapter carefully, go through it, write it, the word meanings, some word meanings I have given here. and rest of the things I will tell you slowly. Tomorrow I'll come back with the question answers. Till then, goodbye. Stay home, stay safe.